Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 25 of our Let's Learn series for Victoria 3, where we're playing as Serbia, a finally unified Serbia, which we unified about 20 years ago now actually. But we have made it to January 1926. I'm going to go ahead and unpause at a slow speed, and yeah, this is I think likely to be the last episode, as I don't think we can really take on the Ottomans for the Yugoslavia, as well as the Austro-Hungarians. Unfortunately, our first two wars of unification failed. I think the first war was launched about 1870s. If we did get southern Serbia back then it might have been possible right now, but it was not, unfortunately. So it's just 4 million Serbs finally united. So let's go ahead, let's keep going. So we've built 4 construction sectors in the previous episode, massively expanding our construction to 56, which I think is huge for just a two-state nation. But our private sector is booming, simply constructing things super quickly, and there's a lot of it, and we're still on 10.5 million of investment pool. So you see what has been happening that for the past 90 years, I guess 80 years, we've been largely saving into our investment pool, and this is all pretty much from our shopkeepers. War propaganda unlocked, convincing a population to commit its time, its resources, and its blood for the sake of victory is a whole field of work on its own. Plus 20% conscriptable battalions, minus 5% morale loss. Yeah. And so explosives factory built. Oh, I love it. Our private industries just building a lot of things very quickly. I like it. Let's see how the AI actually does with what buildings it picks, because that's my main concern with relying on the private sector, is that I don't think they always build the right things. And they don't always have the strategic vision, for example. Obviously the AI, right now we're part of the Austro-Hungarian market, so it will gear us towards that market. But if we, as the player and as sort of the strategic thinking force behind the country, know that for example, we'll join the Ottoman Empire or the Russian market, then we might want to build other things. Also, things like taxation capacity or infrastructure, we might want to build ahead. So it is good to be able to build things as a government, but relying on the private sector, it's not only free, it massively helps your budget. But let's have a quick look. Sorry, what was I gonna have a look at? Yeah, so what are we building? More motors in northern Serbia. Yeah, these are 22% more expensive. And we're also building more explosives factories. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to change production methods again. It's better, I think, given we have 26,000 unemployed, which we really need to get into employment, and we have 23,000 peasants here in northern Serbia. It's better to build things just to create jobs, really. So that is what we are currently doing. Now we have actually scope to decrease taxes further. So we could even, lower taxes to, what is this level called? Low taxes, yeah. We could cancel consumption taxes on services and groceries. But this is actually redistributes taxation from our upper and middle classes towards our lower strata. This is the strata we frankly need to raise their standard of living, because they're right now at 9.6 on average, but there's 8 minimum. And if we look at our radicals, the most impactful factor why we're gaining radicals is having standard of living below expected minimum. So that's bad. But right now everyone's gaining, and the situation is sustainable. Yep, and that's good. Consumption taxes, it's perfect. Upper strata are paying 13%, middle strata are paying 10%. So the overall burden is still regressive. Right? Lower strata are paying 25% of their income in taxes, whereas middle and upper strata are paying 20 and 16%. Yeah. So lower strata are bearing most of the burden, but without these consumption taxes, actually. Without these consumption taxes, yeah, we're much more aggressive. What else can we tax that disproportionately hits? I mean, we're okay. Oh wow, automobiles we want. Interesting. We're actually into automobiles already because the Austro-Hungarian market produces them. Okay, after investment banks, we could go to motorized reconnaissance, automobile production. We could actually go into combustion industry ourselves. I don't think we'll have the time, but we have 4 years for the rotary valve and 16 years for the... Wow, 16 years for this. Perhaps not then. Perhaps we do human rights so that we can actually do compulsory primary school. But that's kind of a nice to have. There really isn't really any reason. Could get elevators. That gives us plus another infrastructure per 100,000 people. Central planning. It's 12 years. Could get psychiatry. Leads to philosophical pragmatism. Which one is the one that unlocks analytical philosophy department in university? It's only the last one, because we do need more innovation. As we can see, by 1926 we only really reach I think these are, you see these color codes kind of split text into eras, so era 1, era 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we never really reach 4 and 5. We reach like era 3 roughly. Okay, let's just stick with the investment banks, and we reevaluate at the 9 months mark. Okay, we're at 10 million GDP. Wow, surging, absolutely surging. The private sector. This is the power. And let's think. Sorry, what I was going to show is the power of the private sector. So what is actually happening right now? Let's just go over, since it is a Let's Learn series. For example, our mines owned by these 500 shopkeepers, in fact, what, 4,500 for 9-size sector, right? So what we have is we have a weekly balance of 7,200. So our iron mines are very profitable. They're buying cheap explosives, cheap tools, paying, you know, decent wage, I guess, and they're selling iron that's a little bit more expensive. So 7,500 weekly balance, and this goes ownership, shares, dividends, 7.18 thousand. This goes to these shopkeepers, right? And 5% of that they put into reinvestment, right? And this reinvestment, right, all together, all the people, and so shopkeepers and farmers reinvest 5% base, aristocrats reinvest 10%, and capitalists reinvest 20%. And all of that goes into here, this investment pool, which we now have 10 million, right? So if we switch that building to capitalists, right, then the upside would be that we'd get 20% of those profits invested in our so where are they? Sorry, the iron mines. We'd get 20% of this as reinvestment, right? So it's going to be what, 4 times more. So this would be almost not 400, yeah, 1.6 thousand, right? So of course enticing. We would of course only have 100 or 900 capitalists as opposed to 4,500 people being in middle class. We'd have 900 people in upper class. So from that perspective, it's better to keep the shopkeepers around because there's more of them. They stay in middle class. They support petite bourgeoisie rather than industrialists, and that is effectively the kind of choices, or like the thinking process, or the thought process we need to go through when we decide, right? Do we create more jobs, right? 500, 400 more jobs, or do we want more reinvestment? The voice of the nation. A group of respectable musical composers teaching at the Arts Academy in northern Serbia have approached us. They have drawn attention to the alarming lack of proper national anthem fit to invigorate our people's spirits. Land of warriors, land of splendor, always threatening the offender. Hence our steps lead the way to drive all our enemies away. Now that is a cool anthem. There we go. 20 prestige. Yeah, I mean, we are kind of 60% of the way to a major power. We are number 20 in the world, but yeah, quite far from it. It would be nice to get Montenegro, just as the last Ottoman Empire towards us, relation towards us is genial. Yeah, I guess we don't particularly want to start a war with them, because now we're getting a lot of immigration. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really make sense. We have managed to keep monarchy and autocracy all the way. Right, all the way up to here. Not passing any laws, we're still Orthodox Church. Remains prevalent. Okay, we are kind of building up this thing massively now. Let's go ahead and lower taxes. Right, so that should put more money in people's pockets. And I've been thinking, actually, to be honest, what are kind of the key lessons learned? Aniline unlocked. Aniline makes certain dye colors trivial to produce. And thinking about it now, I think we actually should have made more use of consumption taxes. Although we did actually manage to keep our taxes very low for a long time. But when we had those periods where we needed more tax revenue, it's actually better. So definitely to tax luxury clothes and luxury furniture. Excuse me, but also excuse me, tax things that are used by middle and upper strata, because they are, for example, secure, right? They're on average 21, whereas the minimum needed is 15, right? And upper strata for us is on average 35 versus minimum 21 needed. So a huge differential. Interesting that from the impact from literacy doesn't really seem to be that big. Oh, no, sorry, it's 10 plus 5. No, sorry, yeah, this is base 10, so actually is pretty big. And for these guys, it's 15 is plus 6. No, it actually does make sense now, sorry. I thought it's 15 and 20, but no, it's 10 and 15. Yeah, so our lowest strata have an average literacy of 46%. Middle strata has 73%, and upper strata has 88% literacy. Okay, population growth around 1%. Pretty good. Loyalists are growing. Radicals are falling. So let's make sure we pull everyone up. Okay, our private sector is building steel mills in northern Serbia, southern Serbia, wheat farms. Excellent. Excellent. So we are drawing down on this investment pool now. Once we get to maybe, kind of start to get too low, we do need to start putting, once we get everyone employed, first of all, that's aim number one. And second of all, once everyone is employed, well, we can also change production methods to require less labor, right? So to continue to put use less labor in certain buildings, put that labor into other productive buildings. Hang on, let's pause. Investment banks, towering financial institutions catering to the needs of corporate finance. Investment banks primarily assist in the raising of capital for private enterprise. +1 max number of companies, -15% urbanization per urban center. Right, so urban centers, yeah, just massively probably expanded. Excellent. Okay, what do we research next? Elevators would be very nice. I mean, it would be nice to have combustion engines and start building cars for the Austro-Hungarian market. Right. That would be nice. Improved fertilizer, I guess, would be nice for our agricultural sector, I would say. Because we did restrict to child labor, compulsory primary school is something we have a lot of support for. Perhaps that is something we should get. Just thinking, hang on. Do we get human rights? Let's get human rights. And we start moving towards a liberal society, right, towards the end of the game. Now, companies-wise, let's have a look at companies. We have the Northern Serbia Steel Company, which is now 200% prosperity, plus 5% state construction efficiency. That's quite useful for us. Okay, unfortunately, our logging camps. Not particularly useful. I guess the throughput is increased. Oh, this would be nice. +1 infrastructure per 100,000 population. How do we get them like to be more productive though? Yeah, we need to make them more profitable. Fine. Let's have a look. Combined grain consortium. See what is actually productive. Our coal is pretty productive. 10% fertilizer plants. Northern Serbia Textile Company 14. Global average. Wait, so productive is 14. Global average is 12. So why would it not? Because it needs to be of a certain level. 14.4 would affect 7 building levels. Company construction bonus. Do we need... Would not currently increase in prosperity. Why? So at 14 and average is 12. So why would it not? Minus 10% radical from standard of living decreases. 10% bureaucracy, that would be nice. Except we would need like really expensive paper for that. Our paper is nowhere near expensive enough. Let's keep the time rolling. Rubber. Grain, livestock ranches, textile mills. I mean, this would be nice. Northern Serbia Textile Company. How's our textile companies doing? Doing alright. Let's have a think. I mean, yeah, I think we could do with the textile company. I like this one. Just establish it and let's just have a look what's going on. Prosperity is not quite happening. 15.5. I think this might need to be a certain size. No, I think they're reworked then. Interesting. Okay, we'll see. We'll keep monitoring it, but yeah, our private sector is building glass. That's good. Nice, we're surging, absolutely surging with the private sector building things. Synthetic plants in Northern Serbia we're building. What does that do? Okay, socialism unlocked. A political ideology that encourages common social ownership of the means of production and self-management by workers rather than upper class. Okay, owners, rural folk have been... Oh, okay. Well, that's not particularly good. So we just lost that 10% bonus. 2 max workplace safety office institution. Unlocks. Graduated taxation, collectivized agriculture, council republic. Communist Party, political agitators. Okay. Okay, let's have a look how we're doing on infrastructure. Not particularly great. It is sad that the rural folk have gone down in clout. Orthodox Church remains the dominant force. We have restricted child labor, propertied women we have. Cultural exclusion. Apparently people want rather than national supremacy. I'm not sold on that idea. You know, almost half of the Sunnis have been converted. I am a fan though of, yeah, I guess not that I'm a fan of it, but I think we can afford. No, I don't want high conversion at the cost of higher access to education, higher literacy for lower classes, and therefore more political activity, and and higher minimum expected standard of living from lower strata is not the best. Okay, there we are. We only have 12,000 peasants left here. There's a few unemployed here. Let's keep building. Northern Serbia, textile mill, northern Serbia, iron mines. Okay, let's keep building. It's excellent. 8 weeks. What does this produce exactly? Dyes from fertilizer and sulfur. Okay, that's a good one. What's expensive? Low organization. Second Serb army. Interesting. Why do we have low organization? Organization of Wojska Knieżewiny Serbia is currently limited to 25. Yeah, I guess because we're not mobilized. Minus 100% from insufficient command limit. Oh, sorry, because our generals died. Or petit bourgeoisie, hedonist, or arrogant pillager, imperious, wounded, hedonist, plus 5% morale recovery, traditionalist commander plus 10% command limit. Or petit bourgeoisie, we'll hire one since that's one of our key interest groups. And who else do we want? Imperious. Minus 50% morale loss, plus minus 50% morale recovery. 100% aggressive maneuver. Who armed forces, mountain combat, wounded. Okay. Go ahead and hire this man. Let's get that organization up. I just don't like being without generals. I think that's a bit unrealistic. Petit bourgeoisie. Not really great enough to promote you, frankly. Did we get anyone better by any chance? Vojislav Ojdanik. Pious. Traditionalist. Stalwart defender. Reserved. Scarred. Last stand. I think this is the man we need. Alright, this is who we need. Just in case we get attacked by anything or anybody. Okay. Otherwise, we are actually okay for everything, other than, of course, infrastructure. I hope the private sector will respond to that in a timely manner. Okay. We do need to create more demand for transportation, however. We do need to do that. Explosives. Okay, but one way. How do we do it? With textile mills, for example? No. There was iron mines we changed before, right? If we go rail transportation, that'll be 1,000 fewer laborers, but we'll actually consume transportation, which is cheap, right? Logging camps, already using that. Wheat farms, using tools. It's really needed. Food industries. Yeah, everything is, I'd say, even a little too cheap. Anything we can export to anyone? Our ammunition, we could SIAC market. Okay. We can export ammunition to France, artillery to the French market. Clippers. Interesting that we can actually do this. Alright, good. Oof. Clothes. Kutai French market. Go ahead and... Alright, let's... Explosives, engines. SIAC King, Russian market. dyes to the French market. We'll go ahead and do that. Fine art. We have plenty. Citrus. French market. Yeah, this is nice. We would create lots of traders. Groceries we have. French market. Could also give them to King market. Yeah, that would help our food industries massively. Liquor. French market again. Wow, amount. This could be huge. Spanish market 52. Our paper. French market. King market. Okay, let's have a look. Hopefully, I'm hoping. Okay, we're building northern Serbia. Okay, the private sector is responding. Unfortunately, kind of a little late, but okay, it is responding with more infrastructure here. Build up our gold reserves a little bit, that's fine. In fact, what we also really want now is more bureaucracy. Go ahead and build some on our own dime. Frankly, I'm going to actually go ahead and pause our construction because we don't need bureaucracy as much as we need that infrastructure, to be honest. We really want everything, yeah, in this infrastructure because we're losing market access. That's really bad. That's going to get people fired. That is not, yeah, that is already getting people fired. So we need this ASAP. 5 weeks. Let's go, 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 go. Okay, we do need to also start automating because we're now out of labor, or 13,000 unemployed. Yeah, that's the fault of the infrastructure. That's bad, that was bad. Okay, infrastructure is now up. Let's have a look. But more infrastructure is frankly needed here. Can we potentially, it can actually work, okay. Okay, fine. Let's go ahead and build some, well, actually suddenly we got a lot of bureaucracy all of a sudden. Let's have a look, buildings. Trade centers are huge. Okay. Exporting these clippers, exporting liquor to Spain. No longer profitable. Clippers, no longer profitable. Still need to import all sorts of sulfur. Siak market. Let's get some from Siak market if we can. Kind of hoping Austria-Hungary finally builds up some of that sulfur. Okay, at 26, and still it's 51%. Profitable, wow. Okay, but let's go ahead and try to release some... No, actually we still have unemployed in here. We do not have unemployed here, however. So we could, therefore... Yeah, well, that's okay, we can wait for a little bit longer. Synthetic plants is fully employed. Okay, let's get people into work. We do have bureaucracy. Anything else we can export? Our steel. As much. Siak market, small arms, sure. Central archives completed. Filing cabinets. The use of filing cabinets in the government administration has drastically increased the effectiveness of state bureaucracy. The future isn't in flying like a bird, nor in roaring along in a train. No, the future is in filing. Okay, horizontal filing cabinets boost for 5 years plus 5% bureaucracy. Okay. Do we need this railway here right this second? Perhaps not. So let's just pause. What else can we export? Our meat. Luxury furniture. Balinese market. Luxury clothes. Bavarian market, sure. 50 they need. Porcelain we have glass. How about our wine? Still nobody needs our wine. Even today French market needs our wood. Let's go. Because we can still raise production, but America needs wood. Okay. Our lead. Not really sugar we have. Bavarian market needs sugar. Let's go. Right. That will grow over time. Engines. Egyptian market needs engines. Fruit. American market needs fruit. American market needs groceries. 52 of them. Right, so this is all acts as, to create sell orders in our Austro-Hungarian market. As long as these are profitable, we also get trade centers created. Right, where we now have 18,000 shopkeepers working, so massive middle class. Yeah, so massive surplus we have. Let's go ahead and let's see. We can build this up for a little bit. Then we can drop these two very low. Right, make sure average standard of living continues to surge. Population now 1%. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and decrease it. It's okay if we have a small deficit. That is fine. We'll continue to grow our economy. And as we build more of these profitable buildings, minting will go up. Right? Okay, literacy is going up. We can't even afford to go to politics. Let's actually go ahead and increase that education institution. Get everyone up on literacy. We could also, in fact, I know it's a little late, but we could actually go ahead and build 4 universities, for example, I think. That is something we could do. Go ahead and put this down, but build 4 universities in northern Serbia. Since we have the government budget, I think we'll be able to handle it. Ooh. What is this again? The goods for military buildings? Why is the subsidies? A huge railways. Railways kind of need to need more demand for transport right now. Yeah, that's it. We're out of labor, so let's go ahead. For example, northern. Let's go here. We can go. We could go motor industries. Right, we could get fewer machinists, fewer laborers, but where would they be hired? Now we need something simple, like for example livestock ranches, barbed wire fences, right? 5,600 laborers, right, that we can employ, for example. That's a good trade-off. So we need to kind of first automate, I would say, lower tier kind of buildings, where we could get people out of those jobs and into higher paid, even if it is the same laborer. But if he gets out of livestock ranch, right, where gets paid a wage as a laborer of 269 here, you see, 250 even, right? Let's say precisely livestock ranches we just looked at. In southern Serbia, they get the wage of 212. If that laborer went from livestock ranches and got employed in steel mills, for example, they'll get paid a wage of 277. Right? That depends on the profitability of the building again. Okay, we're building more explosives factories. Okay. Munitions plants are struggling. Unsurprisingly, perhaps. We could also just go for some things like Steel mills. Right, they're all productive. We could go and make them publicly traded. Right, for example, boom. Might make more capitalists. Do the same. For example, here, right, all that does is just increases, gives us 50 more capitalists. So this is plus 3.1. Right. It just means we need to pay like higher wage to 50 more people. That's okay, those people. It's good to spread, right, the upper strata, I would say, spread it among more people, get more people in the upper strata. Textile mills is still run by shopkeepers. Just not sound particularly profitable for public ownership. Coal mines, lead mines, all shopkeepers, all middle class owned. Yeah, so it's only the big business that's currently owned by capitalists. Synthetic, let's see, what else is doing really well? Motor industries, for example. Can't be publicly traded because it needs diesel engines, okay. Explosives. Okay, these guys could be publicly traded. Let's get some wealthy capitalists into the system. We'll see, boom. Industrialists should start to surge. Paper mills have always done pretty well. They're still shopkeeper owned, I like it. Glassworks are very profitable. Let's put them to public ownership. More happy capitalists. Okay, porcelain is still cheap. Glass is still a little expensive. Education investment increased to 4. Excellent. Okay, we are kind of burning through our gold reserves. Concrete dockyards unlocked. Sturdy and cheap. Concrete allows for the construction of far greater piers that are able to support far heavier freight loads. 4+4 max. Port max level. Not very relevant to us. Okay, how many universities have we built? Okay, so 2 weeks and that's it, right? Boom. Okay. Help our paper industry. Steam donkey unlocked. By applying steam power to a winch system, it is possible to achieve similar levels of power without the same amount of labor. Okay. Well, we have people here, so let's go get people, let's say, out of iron mines, maybe into the labor force. Now, lead mines, where they keep getting killed. Right, we can do that. See if they get hired somewhere. We desperately need more infrastructure in northern Serbia, that's for sure. Okay, that's gonna come online in 12 weeks though. Okay, and then we need to go back to private sector construction. Human rights, there we are. +1 max social security institution investment. Embracing the idea of universal inalienable rights for all people invites new concepts into the nation's social and political venues. Okay, let's hang on, have a think. What else we have? One more tech we can unlock. Art and silk, rotary. That's the rotary valve, right? That's the one that, I guess the problem, if we were to play on, the problem would be facing now is that we're out of labor. So the rotary valve will allow us to unlock even more labor. Okay, we are unfortunately like way out of infrastructure. So let's go and build. Desperately need that infrastructure. Okay. We are adding massive amounts of population here. It's 40,000. Here we're adding 10,000. No migration anymore. It seems political movement to enact regulatory bodies has disbanded. Actually wouldn't have been a bad one, because we need to keep improving our population growth with something, and reducing mortality would be one way. Okay, hang on. So we stopped building everything, but the private sector is not really building much. 6.6 million, let's see, and then now it's plus 12.6 because they are adding continuously from profitable buildings, adding to the investment pool. Not sure why nothing is being constructed, however. A little worrying, because we've built all these universities now, but no one's constructing anything. We have 800 people unemployed here. We do have 1,500 peasants now. Okay, hopefully they get employed. Come on guys, build something please. There we are, logging camps. For 5 weeks in southern Serbia. Philosophical pragmatism unlocked. The application and actions of philosophical thought can open up whole new avenues for social and political analysis. Tips and influence -5% bureaucracy, population cost multiply. That's a nice one. Might save us some money on government administration. Okay, again, barely enough infrastructure. Ooh, barely enough here. So guys, come on. This private sector will hopefully wake up and actually build some railways for us. Because we are kind of running out of money, guys. Come on, private sector. Yeah, our GDP has surged with 11.7 million. Remember where we started, guys? 300,000. Right, so we're up, what, 336 times almost? 0.3, so 9 times in GDP per capita over 100, well, 95 years so far. Started at 10. So up in literacy, standard of living is excellent. People, we started with 800,000, so almost, well, not almost, but what, 4.5 times increase, almost 5 times, 5 times 8, 45, so another 170,000. And we'll be right up, we'll be up 5x. Guys, come on, start building something. Well, yeah, this is why I'm not a massive fan of the private sector. Because sometimes it's just kind of... I mean, there's plenty to build, guys. Glassworks. Maybe not. Motor industries. We could build motor industries, guys. Are they afraid there is no labor or what? Guys, we gotta build first and then we'll come up with the labor. I'm gonna start getting into debt now. Not really great. Is it? No, it is not. But it's okay, last 4 years of the game, guys. Take on debt, accepted, Prussia's. And what happened in Europe? Ultimately, Prussia didn't manage to form Germany. French Republic has gone through several phases, right? I think it was even communist at some point, some revolts. Russia didn't really expand all that much. Frankly, the world is kind of as it was pretty much 100 years ago. I mean, Britain definitely, British East Africa, rather, Cape Colony. Chile managed to colonize a country in the British market. Chile managed to colonize pretty well. Argentina. Okay. Yeah, this is the kind of issue with the private markets. Now it's just stop building stuff. Even though we have 1,500 unemployed here. Trade center level 70 we have. Wow. We have 17,500 shopkeepers. Like doing their stuff. United Syndicates of America. Okay, Americans have gone communist. Vanguard state. Okay. Britain. Her Majesty's government under King Edward of Hanover. Russia. Tsar Nikolai Romanov. Great Power 5. Ledger. So Great Britain is number 1. America number 2. It's a pretty big gap. Great Qing is only 173 million. Interesting. So still the Great Britain is has a much better economy. Okay, we're getting into debt, which I don't like. Ottoman Empire still number 15. We're number 22. Path to liberalism. Okay, we're not gonna enact census or universal suffrage. Everyone supports the king. Petar Obrenović is loved. Of course, what's not to love? Orthodox Church and petty bourgeoisie together are 60% of clout. Industrialists are also kind of influential, but not by a whole lot. Yeah, we have built size 10 university. Sorry, size 5. So we got plus 15 extra innovation. Rotary valve engine unlocked. A rotary valve engine is a steam engine with various additions such as variable valve timing. These additions make it much more heat efficient than the standard steam engine. Okay, well, if we were to research something, I would research elevators to get that infrastructure per 100,000 people, because that will help us. That will give us like 20 infrastructure for free in both of these states. Yeah, we're at our limit. Ooh. Trade with exporting these. American market is inactive. Why are we? What? Okay. Austria, Hungary, Gaza and allies. Gaza. Where's Gaza? Did we suddenly embargoing? Oh. This is a little bad and a little worrying, to be honest. We're not getting that pool transfer, which I really don't like. Guys, time to build something, please. Like now. Yeah, that's the trouble with trade. It can be pretty volatile. Steel mills, right? Steel mills are pretty expensive still. Paper. Really, I guess there aren't any profitable opportunities. I guess people don't see them. Synthetic plants, finally. A little bit profitable. Let's just keep going here. We are getting into debt. Really need something built by the private sector. Because when they build, they will pay for the building materials. And that will transfer into our budget. Here we are, guys, yeah. I guess fortunately we did manage to unite. Wargold added. A wargold had been added for the French Republic. I guess in hindsight, I think kind of whether there are any key lessons learned. Actually not sure, I think we did pretty well. Just in the first war, it might have been worthwhile waiting to get the shrapnel artillery, then we could have gotten southern Serbia. Sides with the Ottoman Empire in a diplomatic play against French Republic. Okay, France versus Ottomans. France is now fearful. Maybe they'll back down. Conquer Albania. Ban slavery in the Ottoman Empire. Conquer Macedonia. Wow, France decided to make a move in the Balkans. Well, where were you all these years? Where were you, France? Nowhere. We had to do everything by ourselves. We are now converting to Orthodox. We're assimilating, I guess, the Turks at least. Albanians, this is their homeland as well, southern Serbia, so they will not assimilate. Okay, massive, running some pretty big deficit, but yeah, having shrapnel artillery in that 8 and 70, maybe waiting, that was maybe one. Things would change, otherwise, not really sure, I don't think so. Maybe like somehow make better use of investment pool. I was thinking about that the other day. Oh, nice, we're finally building something, so hopefully that investment pool transfer will start to come through, although okay, the issue is again, hang on, Alexander Karaterevich, leader of the Petit Bourgeoisie, is retired. Mihailo Bogicevic, a non-authoritarian. Okay, so Petit Bourgeoisie. Ah, this is the general that we got. He's a known authoritarian. Secret police, outlaw dissent, oligarchy, perfect. Okay, everyone's happy. Okay, we stopped exporting, unfortunately. Oh. Okay, we're running a deficit, and the reason for that is because the munitions and small arms are again expensive. Small arms. Okay, small arms are a little bit expensive. Let's see if that lasts. I mean, we are at like lowest taxes. Pretty much nothing taxed here. Faith knows no borders. The Orthodox Church wish to strengthen our ties to Romania through our shared faith. We're Serbs first, Orthodox second. Okay, okay, we might want to actually pad a little bit the approval, or do we want to know? Let's actually get intelligentsia on our side. We're Serb first, Orthodox second. Besides, we still remember the Wallachians. You know, just because you renamed yourself Romanians. Yeah, we remember his hard movement to appointed bureaucrats. Okay, actually, that might be something. I mean, this gives us minus 25% bureaucracy population cost, so less bureaucracy required for our massive population. And appointed bureaucrats gives us 25% taxation capacity, which is pretty good, plus 25% political strength of bureaucrats. Yeah, that's a good one now that we're starting to run out. Although, you know, we're actually pretty good on taxation capacity now, so that's just gonna have to wait. Okay, we are building this in southern Serbia. Okay, investment pool transfer plus 15k. Do maybe want... Okay, unfortunately we are gonna increase taxes just to pay that off. It's gonna hit some of our populace. These guys are creating 2,000 radicals. Dearie me. Okay, it will require like more bureaucracy for the people. More taxation. It will get us more taxation capacity. He is loved. So fine, let's maybe, you know, step in, you know, with the times. We're in 1934. It's a little late for hereditary bureaucrats. Let's go appointed. Create massive loyalist population. Who supports this movement? 1 million people. Shopkeepers, 540,000 laborers support this. 165,000 clerks. Clerks, laborers, engineers, all Petit Bourgeoisie. Yeah, everyone is on board with Petit Bourgeoisie. Okay, we did unfortunately had to increase taxes. Okay, now we're gonna get a massive transfer because we're finally building 2 buildings, some more railways, which will cost us to subsidize. Okay, let's see, over a drink. In an obscure meeting, Bozidar Pavkovic, an proxy of the industrialists, rambled at length about the positives of appointed bureaucrats, almost cognizant enough to take minutes. Well, that's the problem with the new law. If you don't remove those other supporting laws, someone can exploit those loopholes and escape its reach. Unless you count the 2 laws about evasion without plausible doubt, then you have a crafty seal that catches those rogue actors. Commend them for their good work. Boss it up, punish gets only human. So which was it? Pavkovic, who is he? Armed Forces. Serbia gets 5% enactment chance, industrialists basically, and okay, commend them for their good work. Fine. Armed Forces and industrialists get more clout. Yeah, wouldn't hurt to have industrialists also at 20% to double their bonuses, which are engines of progress. So that would give us plus 20% production speed, research, and job creators. Capitalists, investment pool, even larger investment pool, which has now built up to 7.6 million. Very good. Let's go. GDP is still surging. Yeah, let's see. Let's go ledger. Population wise. Global GDP. National GDP, pollution, radical standard of living. Let's have a look. Standard of living. Who's got the highest? West Switzerland on average. New South Wales, East Switzerland, Western Australia, Victoria, Tasmania. There's Kentucky, Wallonia, Yorkshire. Oh, this is like individual states. So we are where? Where are we? We're at 13. Okay, there's quite a few. Average 17. Wow. So 13 where like there's Northern Serbia. Average 14.3. 14. Right, 14.3. Northern Serbia, impoverished. Alexandria, Santa Cruz, Zanzibar, okay, Annam, Sardinia, Connaught, kind of this sort of zip code. Okay. Low progress adoption, excellent. Now there's strategic reasons, states, markets. British market GDP 12.3 million, Russian market. It's the second largest market, American market. Also Hungarian market, okay, helps us. Population. Chunk C 26 million, jeez, we have 4.5 million across 2 states. Migration, global GDP contribution. Midlands, 42 million. Jeez. Well, that's Midlands, 42 million. The entire Midlands is like all of Serbia. No, that is pretty populated. Interesting. A lot of infrastructure. Missing taxation capacity though. It's alright, I mean, we started from pretty humble beginnings. Okay, finally the private sector has woken up and is building stuff. Okay. Do we have enough people in here? I guess we can go ahead with wheat farms. Can we get no wheat farms? No. Livestock ranchers, we've already kind of changed the automation method. Vineyards, we're doing fine. We can publicly trade it, add some capitalists. Maybe that will help them run these better. But otherwise, artillery foundry, right, -7%. This might push it into bankruptcy. So let's find things like arms industries, for example. These are working very well. Let's put 2,000 laborers out. Furniture manufacturer, simple, working really well, so we can get rotary valve engines here. Right, that will give us like 12,000 people to work. Let's see how that readjusts. Anyway, January 1st, last year of the game, guys. A novel solution. In Božidar Pavković's body of published works is a popular new book with a vision of what appointed bureaucrats might look like. Lawyers affiliated with the petite bourgeoisie say the contents are legally sound. Most of the time, fiction is merely that, something to pass the time. Sometimes, a true version of possibility creeps through. Once in a blue moon, well-written fiction can change how people think. Every so often from there, however, it might be mistaken for divination. Okay, canvass the public about this light reading. More popularity, petite bourgeoisie attraction. 5% enactment success chance. I want to get this passed, so let's get 10% enactment success chance, interest group attraction, some government expenses. Yeah. So let's go with that one. Procure a copy. Let's try to get that passed before we finish the game. Yeah, but what was I doing? I was releasing labor into the labor market here. So here we got wheat. Yeah, so this is wheat farms. Okay, that's already set. Vineyards already have the automation. Logging camps here. Could just do steam donkey. Let's get 1,000. Oh, hang on. Okay, we have 8,000 people. Boom. Okay. There's spare labor. Oh, look at that. Northern Serbia has managed to employ everyone pretty quickly. Let's do glass works. No, there's no automation here. Textile mills. Not really. Motor industries. We can go rotary. So that's minus 10,000. But we do want these guys. These guys make like a good wage. Now look at these guys. These guys are making 6 now. We don't want to. We don't want to substitute away from these. You see, so we don't want to kick people out and make them like employed in worse buildings. It's not what we really want. Alright. Yeah, we don't want to. We want to automate like lower tier buildings, like iron mines, for example. Alright, that's what we really want. Or the generally less profitable ones. Oh, sorry. We now have appointed bureaucrats. Oh, hang on. Okay, so now from population, we lost that bonus. That was pretty big. That was giving us like 150. We have taxation capacity, 25% political strength of bureaucrats. Bureaucrats are appointed by rulers to serve the country's best interest in exchange for high wages. Dearie me. Okay, we now have like plenty. I'm going to go ahead and just build one government administration here. Because we do need bureaucracy urgently now. 13 weeks, okay. Okay, this is pretty bad. Yeah, not sure that was really kind of worth it. Enact presidential republic. Oh, perhaps it's time. Perhaps, but our king is loved. I mean, he has delivered. Right, he has delivered. Prince Peter Obrenović is loved universally. 46 years old. His heir apparent, Luddite. Luddites are opposed to industrial automation, or in more extreme cases to industry itself. What? Yeah, this guy's. I guess, yeah, no surprise. People want presidential republic. Who's against it? Orthodox Church. This will radicalize landowners and the petite bourgeoisie. Yeah, I guess if we wanted to move away, we'd start changing production methods across all buildings to get those capitalists, you see. Yep. Fully employed. Okay, again, full employment. Still some peasants here. So let's keep building. There we are. Trade center size 67. I mean, we are kind of losing money on some of this. Maybe they will come back online, maybe they won't. We'll discover it is Java. Okay, we are at least making money again. We were at 14, right, at some point, but we had to increase taxes, unfortunately. We are getting some massive transfers now. Here we are, guys. August 1935. Camera unlocked. Through a complex chemical process, it is possible to capture reality itself in a single moment, an instant painting. But yeah, I guess here we are, guys, on finishing up. Thanks everyone who watched. Thanks everyone who subscribed. Welcome to the channel. Thanks everyone who liked. Thanks everyone who commented. Really appreciate it. It was a good series, I think. I really enjoyed playing through this. Dangerous equipment. The textile mills in southern Serbia have seen an increase in workplace injuries due to increased mechanization and poor safety regulations. Slow down the production while the staff adjust to this new machinery. Yeah, let's slow down the production. We don't want people dying. But yeah, hopefully you guys all found this entertaining. Hopefully you all learned something. Whereas, you know, I still believe... I mean, I certainly don't know everything about the game. Certainly don't. I still don't know a lot about like the diplomacy aspect, for example, or like Navy still opaque to me. Submarines take the concept of a boat and submerge it, leading to greater stealth and thus tactical capability. Sure. But from what I do know about, especially about the economy and the politics, I think I have a good grasp on. I hope you've learned that, you know, you really need to think through, you know, what is your strategic objective? Like, for example, unify this. What do you need to achieve that? For example, a military. What do you need for a military? You need a budget. How do you get taxes? This is the way. For example, you grow your population. This is how you grow your population. This kind of laws you adopt. So, and you kind of really think situationally, you know, what are your objectives and how do you achieve them? What is the best way? Yeah, I don't think it's always great to, you know, build high tier buildings or switch to capitalist because of the reinvestment pool that everyone goes on and on about, or, you know, get literacy. No, like even now we could easily do with less literacy. I mean, yeah, we're not even behind on tech. I wouldn't say we're behind. I think we're fine. But I'd say it's better to kind of stall getting a lot of literacy. There we go, Victorian century. And get literacy later, right, when you can actually build universities and benefit from that. But here we are, Serbia, Principality, united, 22 in the world, ranked with 350 prestige. Not achieve a higher rank than major power due to being the subject of Austria-Hungary. How are we a subject? Limiting them to a maximum score position of 9. Because we're part of their market, really. Or because we're a junior partner in their customs union. That's fine. So gross domestic product, 13 million, let's say, right, from 300,000. That is what, like, it's 4 times 43 times we increased it. 43 times, guys, over 100-year period, right? 43x. That's good. That is a job well done. Average standard of living, wait from something like 8. I mean, for lower strata, we're definitely something close to something, an average 14. Pretty good. So on average base middle class expectation, base upper class expectation is 15. Right? Minimum expected standard of living for upper strata is 15, and we're at average 14. Right? With our lower strata, I think was 12 or so. So again, a win, prestige, and we never really gone for that, but there we are. Population growth, nice and steady. Boom. Immigration plus population growth, excellent. Pretty sure we were like almost at the maximum throughout the game. Yeah, and that is our country. We're now 57.6% laborers, 10% clerks, 8% machinists. Whereas political strength rests mostly with shopkeepers, small businessmen you could call them, and capitalists. That's 50% of political power. Because remember, we started off with aristocrats being in charge. Engineers. I'm glad engineers wield 9% of political power. Population is 91% Serbian. Right, there's some minorities that are unfortunately discriminated against, but that's where we were. Serbs obviously hold the vast majority of political power due to these guys being discriminated. Population is 90% Orthodox now. So Sunnis, yeah, have been converted for the most part. Political strength, obviously 99% Orthodox. Yeah, here we are, guys, at the end. So really hope you enjoyed it. Again, thank you all for subscribed, liked, commented, made suggestions. etc. Hope everyone was entertained, hope everyone learned something, and yeah, hope to see you guys in the next playthrough. But thanks a lot for watching. Yeah, see you next time, guys. Bye.